What's up, everybody? This is Figures of Action Reviews, and I'm coming at you again with another video. And this time I'm revisiting the topic of will we continue to see Marvel Legends figures in discount stores on clearance, such as Ollie's and Ross. And once again, my opinion stays on the yes. You're going to continue to see Marvel Legends figures in Ollie's and Ross. You will. And the reason being is because, like I said, these stores, when they close down or, they get liquidated, and it doesn't have to be a Walmart or Target that closes down or has overstock. There could be many other stores that, gets liquidated, or they have closeouts, or, they have an overstock and they need to get rid of products. And that's where stores like Ollie's and Ross come in. Ollie specializes in this. That's their business model. Ollie's business model is that they have buyers. They basically send their buyers out to reach out to these stores, and they buy their repackaged or their overstocked items. I mean, they work with financial institutions to get with companies that are being liquidated, and they also work with banks who sell the remaining inventory to turn it into cash for those stores who are being liquidated. That's how Ollie's get all these name brand items in their stores, and they can sell them at such a cheap price because they buy it at a cheaper price in order to sell it cheaper to their customers. So to say, oh, you're not going to see any more Marvel Legends, I don't think that was a accurate title. I don't know if they made that title for shock value or, just to like get some people in there. Like, oh, I don't think so. A difference of opinion, whatever. The video probably could have, had a better title, but I'll let you hear what they say. Like, let's let them say it for themselves.
The days of finding your Marvel Legends on clearance are over.
Now, he said it himself. Like I said, whether they said it for shock value or not, I don't know, but I think they could have done a way better job with the title and with their topic, because in there, what they're talking about, there's actually figures on screen, the same figures that's on screen that they, reference on the Hasbro Pulse outlet are sitting in Ollie's right now. And it didn't take no more than a month for them to get on the shelves. The Super Adaptoid, the Hawkman and Sky Cycle, the Doctor Doom 2-pack, the what else was there? There's Ant-Man there. There's what else was there? It was Ant-Man, and then there was, can't think of it, it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know why I cannot call this figure out. He was basically in the Avengers movie. The android, come on, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Can't even get it out. And I know the name. I'm still looking for him. But the Iron Man, the number one, the silver number one Iron Man was in there as well. So, and Bucky Cap, who was $16.95, I think, on Hasbro Pulse outlet, is sitting in Ollie's right now for $9.99. And like I'm saying, I just think that it was basically counting your chickens before they hatch. It was like, oh, too soon. You can never count out what these stores will do and what they will get their hands on. I mean, I walked into Ross today and they had I think it was like a 5-pack of the Avatar action figures. And I'm like, wow, well, that was unexpected. You never know what will fly on these store shelves. You never know what some stores will get rid of. You never know what some stores will come into. You never know. And I think, before any of us speak sometime, we just need to take a minute and think about the actual substance and topic of what we're talking about, because sometimes we can end up making a judgment way too soon, and then it could just come back and it just look crazy. But let's hear what Nerdzoic had to say about it.
I just think across the board, everybody is making a little bit less. So, for a little more insight on that, let's see if Nerdzoic has anything to say about that.
say his name and he appears. I believe in Big Nerdy. So we're talking about Marvel Legends and whether we're going to see any on clearance. And yes, there's a lot less being made. Let me give you an insider point of view. There are so many less being made that all of us, me, Big Bad, EE, all of us are actually marking our pre-orders sold out well before what we ordered is sold out, because we're concerned we're going to get cut because Hasbro is not making as many figures. Anything that's fan channel, I would be surprised if we saw it make it to clearance. And if it does make it to clearance, it's not making it to Ollie's clearance. It's making it to, oh, cool, $5 off clearance. For the most part, most of this stuff was printed low. But all of the mainline things, those seem to be pretty abundant still. So, for example, Spider-Man Retro Wave, except for the Scarlet Spider, they're all everywhere, that I can see at least. I'd imagine something similar with the Iron Man Retro Wave, except for probably She-Hulk, because she's the standout in the wave. But the big word of caution, do not expect to see any reruns make it to clearance anywhere. I don't know that they're ever even going to make it to stock anywhere. You'll notice that whether it's Kingpin, Silver Surfer, Colossus versus Juggernaut, all of these are pre-sold out everywhere because there's going to be heavy allocations and we all have heavy sales on them. So none of us are expecting to have any extra to sell. To give you a basic idea, I'm basically ordering double of whatever I think I need to cover pre-orders. So for Silver Surfer, if I sold 100, I'm ordering 200 just so I know I can get my 100, because most.
Now let's keep that in mind, right? Let's keep what he said in mind, because the figures that he mentioned are figures that people actually want. They're in high demand. So yeah, you're not gonna see those in Ollie's because people are buying them up. Also, with Hasbro producing less, then that means if they're highly sought after and there's less being made, then there's less to be left over for overstock to end up at Ollie's and Ross. Don't you think that's kind of logical? I do. I mean, if Hasbro starts making less figures, but the demand doesn't change, those figures he named, the Colossus versus Juggernaut, Kingpin, Silver Surfer, Scarlet Spider, She-Hulk, all of those figures are in high demand and highly sought after. I've seen She-Hulk in Target twice, and I haven't seen it again. But I do see Count Nefario. I see Whiplash. I see that gold Iron Man in that retro card wave. I see them in Target. Now, let's be also clear about this too. For a figure to be on clearance doesn't mean it solely has to be sold in Ross and Ollie's, because these stores have their own stock. So the Target in San Francisco is not the same and doesn't carry the same as the store in Georgia or Texas or New York for that matter. So when you go into some of these stores, sometimes you have figures that sell well in certain regions, don't sell well in other regions. So guess what? You end up with a ton of overstock of these figures, because even between the stores in your local area, have you ever gone into a Target and seen a 70% discount clearance figure in one store and then drove like 8 miles down the road to the other Target and they weren't selling the same figure at the same price? I have. I mean, I literally just ran into an issue like that where I went to one Target and their AEW figures were $19.99. Well, when I went to the other Target, those figures were supposed to be no longer in inventory and no longer in stock, and they rank up as $0.00, and they sold them to me for $4.25 each one, because in their inventory sheets, those figures were already pushed off the shelves, whether they sold or not, but they still had some on the pegs. So when I took it to the customer service, the lady was like, "Oh, it's showing up as $19.99." I was like, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but that's the online price," because she used her phone. But when she used the in-store scanner, it showed up as $0.00. And I said, "Yeah," I said, "I understand." And I wasn't giving her a hard time. You know what? One thing is, if you want to get people to help you with stuff like that, don't give them a hard time. These people are working a job just like you. Just speak to them respectably and nice, and just talk to them. Have a casual conversation with them. And you know what I'm saying? And the lady was like, "Well, this is what I can do." She said, "I can charge you $4.25 each figure. Is that cool?" I said, "Ma'am, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to wait for these figures to go on clearance and you see them in Ross and Ollie's. They can get put on heavy discount and clearance in the store of Walmart and Target themselves. They do it all the time. Like, yo, I just got a 2-pack Transformers 2-pack figures for $7. And I mean, they were like $30 originally. Walmart selling a 2-pack. The Walmart in my area is selling a 2-pack of Transformers figures that normally would go for $24.97 each for $7 in a 2-pack. So yeah, you can never count these stores out of what they will do, what they will sell, what they won't sell, what they put on clearance, because they each have their own, inventories of what they can carry and what they what they can no longer carry. And stores will put things on clearance all the time to get it pushed out of the store so they can make room. Plus, there's different profit margins, man. Once they sell a certain number of a certain item, they start looking at like how they look at this. They already look at it as like, how many of these do we need to sell until we're in the green? And then anything after that number is just additional profit. And if we need to get rid of it, we can start marking it down. That's part of business. That's just how business works. Especially with large corporations like Target and Walmart. We don't even know what they're paying Hasbro, for these figures. I'm pretty sure they're not paying $20 to carry a figure they're selling for $24.99. That's just not good business. You can't make money like that. But to see someone say that you won't see any more Marvel Legends clearance figures, that's kind of a broad statement that I think they kind of like spoke too soon on that. It's more of a specific, and it should have been more of, hey guys, don't play chicken with these figures because you might not see them. If you do, the next time you see them, they might be on the secondary market like eBay or Mercari, and you might be paying double what the store was charging. I think that would have been more accurate. But hey, I'm not here to oppress freedom. Speak how you want to. Speak what you want to. Talk about it. That's your topics. That's what we here for. Difference of opinion. And like I said, I'm not trying to diss them. I'm not trying to pick on them. It's just that when I walked in Ollie's and I saw the Joe Fix-It, I saw the Super Adaptoid, I saw the Captain Britain shield, I saw the Hawkeye and Sky Cycle sitting there in the Dr. Doom 2-pack. It's like, yo, the same figures you guys were showing on your channel that was in the outlet, yo, these figures are now in Ollie's. The same figures that you were referencing in your video are now sitting at Ollie's, and it didn't even take a month. It's like, well, it was about a month. It doesn't get any crazier than that, man. You can never count out what these stores will do and what they'll have. So, you guys let me know how you feel about it and what you think in the comment section. It's Figures of Action Reviews. I'm signing out. And for all you collectors, happy hunting out there. Yo, peace out. Be safe.